So I feel like the big moves of free agency have kind of happened already to the point where the first round is pretty set. Like, yes, a team could add a receiver, a here or there, like a Will Fuller, a Jarvis Landry, but I don't think that level of player is going to affect a team's draft situation. Like the Packers. If the Packers sign Jarvis Landry, they're not going to avoid drafting a wide receiver round one now. They're still going to draft someone in round one, maybe even trade up. But that's what I'm doing today. I'm going to be doing the post free agency mock draft because, I feel like after Deshaun Watson and that kind of happened, yes, Baker Mayfield could still be traded. I don't think Baker's going to go for a 2022 first round pick, though. So while, yes, there's still players that can be traded, players can still sign. Like Teron Armstead technically hasn't signed yet, but he's visiting with the Dolphins today. But I don't think the Dolphins are taking a tackle round one anyway. So it really is just kind of like that give and go. So let's do this mock draft. I'm excited. Again, I say this every single time I do a mock draft. I already had plans. I recorded. In fact, let me go to the video. I even have it. I have it recorded. I'll show you guys. Let me go to the video first. YouTube, Twitch videos. No, it's just this one. Here it is. So I'm showing you guys my little thing right here. 1, 2, and 3. All of these are mock drafts. All of these are mock drafts. As you can see, here's my Buccaneers raw file. But all 5 of these are mock drafts. Because I kept recording it, because news kept breaking, ruining my mock draft. But I feel like day one of the NFL draft is kind of set now. So let's get started. I've been having Ike Mekwonu go to the Jaguars recently, but I truly believe that now with the signing of Brandon Scherf, they have Cam Robinson. I believe they still have their center, but they have Walker Little and they have Juwan Taylor who can have fight out a right tackle. Whoever loses gets kicked inside the right guard. I think it's setting themselves up for Aiden Hutchinson. As much as I wish Detroit would get Aiden Hutchinson, I think there's a 0% chance he slides to 2 now. Aiden Hutchinson is a perfect fit next to Josh Allen. That defense, like this, he really becomes their face of the defense. Josh Allen never really turned into their face of the defense. Like when you think of the Browns defense, you think of Myles Garrett. When you think of the Chargers, you think of Joey Bosa. When you think of the Steelers defense, you think of TJ Watts and like maybe other defensive linemen on that team. But really, each defense has a defensive guy you think of first. The Ravens, I think of Marlon Humphrey. The Patriots, it was Dante Hightower for a very long time, in my opinion. But I just don't think they have that guy. As much as I like Josh Allen, I don't think he's a top 5 edge rusher. And I think Aiden Hutchinson could, has the potential to develop into that kind of guy. Next up is the Lions. People keep getting Malik Willis for some reason to pick number 2. There's a 0% chance they go Malik Willis. I truly believe there's a 0% chance they go Malik Willis. I wouldn't mind an Ike Mekwonu pick here, but I'm still high on Kayvon Thibodeau, man. I'm still really high on him. I just don't see a world where Kayvon slips. Oh my god, this is hard, bro. This is the problem. I don't think the Lions really need offensive line. I don't think they need it. I mean, obviously, this is gonna hurt, dude. Where is he? David Ojabo, dude. I feel so bad for David Ajaba. He tore his Achilles at his pro day. That hurts me, man. I hope a team does take a chance on him. But man, David Ajabo's draft stock tanked after his pro day. Sorry, let me go back to the Lions. Sure, I could go Malik Willis and ruin the entirety of the draft, in my opinion. But I don't see them going past Kayvon Thibodeau. I don't see it. I understand that people have other guys rising. I don't see Kayvon Thibodeau slipping past 3 at minimum. If the Jaguars shock the world and go somewhere different, or if the Lions do go Malik Willis, I don't see Kayvon Thibodeau passing the Texans. So, that's just my opinion, though. Again, my opinion. This is my mock draft. I think Ike Mekwonu to the Texans makes a lot of sense. The Texans, they restructured Laremy Tunsil's deal so he can stay on the team. So Laremy Tunsil's going to be there for at least a couple more years. So I think getting a franchise left guard, because you already have, I guess you do have offensive linemen. But I mean, you have right tackle, right guard, center. I guess you might have a center. I can't remember his name. But I don't know, man. It's so much. See, like after post free agency, it's so hard to like gauge what people think are important. Because like Kyle Hamilton to the Texans makes a lot of sense. They lost Justin Reed, so I'm gonna do it. They lost Justin Reed. Grab a generational safety in Kyle Hamilton. He might be the only blue chip player in this draft to where like he's gonna be a guaranteed hit, guaranteed superstar. He might be the only guy. Like truly, he might be the only guy. So I think getting Kyle Hamilton can really help that defense. Losing Justin Reed, I think that's important for them to fix that hole. Their offensive line's pretty solid. They have Davis Mills. They still have pick 13 from the Deshaun Watson trade, so you can still figure something out. But next up is the Jets. So the Jets at number 4 are looking at this. Who do they have at right tackle? It was George Fant, but I believe they might take a chance out of Charles Cross at right tackle. Ooh, actually. Oh, they don't see. This is the problem with this mock draft website. I think the Panthers might trade up before the Giants so they can grab a franchise left tackle. I'm just being honest. I think there's a chance that they would, but they don't seem like that, I guess. Linebacker. I don't think there's really a linebacker that is worthy of the top 4 pick. I mean, Nakobe Dean's really good. They have Mekhi Becton at left tackle. They have George Fant at right tackle. I'm gonna go Charles Cross. I think grabbing a franchise right tackle, because I've seen a lot of people saying he could really, play well at right tackle. Where is it? I can't find it. There was some analysis that was somehow Charles Cross could be a better right tackle than left tackle in the league just because of his size. Like 6'5", 310, he is on the leaner side. Usually you want your left tackles around 330 to 340, but like he's still a good size. Height, sure, he's not 6'7", 6'8" like some of these left tackles are nowadays, but 6'5", 310. At worst, he could be a right tackle, but at best, if Mekhi Becton goes down, you have a swing tackle who can play both positions. The Giants, I think they're happy. They are happy with this because they take Ike Mekwonu. Ike Mekwonu is your day 1 left guard starter. Like, he can play all across the line. He can play tackle, guard, doesn't matter. I think he is your stopgap. Whether it's Andrew Thomas stays at left tackle, he plays left guard. Whatever you want to do. I think even if you want to move in the right tackle, I think Ike Mekwonu could probably play right tackle. But he can play left guard, left tackle. Like, he excelled on the left side of the line. But I think he can even easily play right guard if you wanted to. But next up, the Panthers are happy right now. They get Evan Neal. In my opinion, the best tackle overall in the class. But I don't think he has... The problem with Evan Neal, I don't think he can play right tackle. I don't think he can. I don't think he can play right tackle. I think he's a bona fide, can only play left tackle. He's 6'7", 350. Like, he's really good, amazing in the run game, amazing in the pass game. Like, I think he's a bona fide left tackle, and both of these teams have their left tackle kind of solidified. So getting Evan Neal at 6 is a steal for the Panthers. The Giants are back on the board. They got Ike Mekwonu at guard. This could be an edge spot. I'm not going to lie to you. Trayvon Walker's rising up my board recently. You got to think, who's next? So, like, the Falcons are next. They're probably going to go wide receiver. So I don't think you need to worry about any kind of trade-ups for, like, a corner or any of the top guys. I'm thinking George Karlaftis. I really like George Karlaftis. I'm going to go George Karlaftis. George Karlaftis, opposite of Azeez Ojulari, could be a scary pass rushing duo that you can grow upon on your defensive scheme. You did lose, I believe, Patrick Graham to the Raiders. You got a new defensive coordinator in there, obviously a new offense as well. But, I mean, you secured your left guard and right guard, or your left tackle, whatever you want Ike Mekwonu to play. You get George Karlaftis to fill in on the edge position opposite of Azeez Ojulari. I think that's an amazing 2 picks for them. The Falcons is wide receiver. It's whatever wide receiver is your pick. There's Drake London. I like Drake London. He's my wide receiver 1. I like Garrett Wilson. He's also my wide receiver 1.5. Like, he's right behind him. But I'm going Jameson Williams. I'm doing it. Jameson Williams is my... Going into the draft before his injury, he was 1A. Then it was Garrett Wilson 1B. And then it was Drake London 2A. But like over the draft process, it's been rising more towards Drake London. But I think Jameson Williams, while healthy, is the best receiver in this class by a mile. I truly believe that he's a generational wide receiver. And any team that gets him, if they bank on his recovery, I think they're going to be happy with the best wide receiver in this class. The Seattle Seahawks is interesting. So there's rumors that they might trade for Baker Mayfield. There are rumors that they might trade for another quarterback like a Jimmy G, or a Gardner Minshew, or a Matt Ryan if he becomes available. So I don't think they're going to have pick 9. Or if they do, I guess they would have pick 9 with all those guys I just mentioned. So I'm not going to go quarterback. I'm going to go offensive line. I think easily it's Zion Johnson. Easily Zion Johnson. He's the best, probably, pure guard in the class. Again, Ike Mekwonu is the best, doesn't have a position. He just plays offensive line. But Zion Johnson is the best pure guard. Pure left guard. He's the best. If you can get Dwayne Brown back, because Dwayne Brown is still a free agent while I'm recording this video. If you can get Dwayne Brown back, get Zion Johnson, you have your center, you have your right guard that you also drafted, Damian Lewis. You have right tackle Brandon Shell, which I believe re-signed in free agency. That's a solid offensive line, and that's a piece you could use to try and get a quarterback. You can be like, hey, look at this offensive line we got for you. We have Tyler Lockett, we have DK Metcalf, we have Rashad Penny, and Chris Carson. That's a solid offensive unit you have. And Zion Johnson he used to be towards the end of the first round, but in the last 2 weeks, I've personally risen him all the way up to a top 10 prospect in this class. And I think the Seattle Seahawks are happy with this. A lot of people are not going to like it. A lot of people will not like it because, Bernard Raymond is still there. Tyler Linderbaum is still there. Jordan Davis is still there. You can fix your defensive line. I think fixing an offensive line is priority number 1 for the Seahawks, though. The Jets, I think they're happy. Their guy in Drake London is still there. From all the reports I've read and heard, this is their guy. The Jets will trade up for Drake London if they have to. Apparently, they're in love with him, and he's in love with them. 100% you get Zach Wilson, his wide receiver 1 for the future. Easily, I think this is the easiest. I would put money that this happens. Drake London to the Jets at number 10. I would put $5 on that and win $1,000 easily. Next up is the Commanders. So a lot of people are going to say, Nick, you didn't have a corner going to the top 10. That's right, because I'm going to have a run of corners with Ahmad Sauce Gardner and then Derek Sinley Jr. I think that's easily how it goes in the draft. People are going to get really mad at me because, why would Washington get Sauce Gardner? Why would they go corner? The thing with Washington, right? Their problem last year was their secondary. Their defensive line, yes, they couldn't stay healthy. A lot of guys were injured. But when they were healthy, they produced good enough. The problem was their corners and safeties did not do good at all. No one could cover. Guys were wide open constantly. So, the defensive line didn't even have time to get to the quarterback because the ball was out of their hands so quickly because their secondary was so weak. Sauce Gardner walks in, becomes corner number 1. You then have William Jackson and Kendall Fuller, plus Benjamin St-Juste, who I like. But, you put William Jackson at the slot corner position. You put Kendall Fuller at cornerback 2. Sauce Gardner is your cornerback 1. That's a scary cornerback room. And then Derek Sinley Jr., the Vikings got to take whatever corners first on the board. To my knowledge, they haven't signed a single corner yet in free agency. They haven't signed a single corner. And if that's true, off the top of my head, if that's true, Derek Sinley Jr. becomes your cornerback 1 immediately. That's a pretty good pick. Him opposite of Justin Jefferson would be really cool. They both got that swag that I really like, and I think they could really pair off each other really well. Imagine practices with those two dudes. Oh, my God. That'd be insane. So pick 13, this is Cleveland's pick that they traded for Deshaun Watson. Earlier, they took Kyle Hamilton. This is where, I don't know, there's a couple of things that they could do. If they trade Brandon Cooks at any points, I wouldn't be surprised if they go with Garrett Wilson. Man, this is, I don't know. I think the Texans might trade. I think that there's a chance the Texans might trade this pick. Did the Patriots trade? Patriots free agency. What have they done? Have they signed a wide receiver? I'm 80% sure they have not signed a wide receiver. There we go. Free agency signings. Thank you, websites. Devin McCourty, I knew that. Nick Folk knew that. Ty Montgomery knew that. Juwan Bentley knew that. They signed Terrence Mitchell, Brian Hoyer, Matthew Slater, James White. Okay. So I'm going to have the Patriots trade up to 13. So they give up their first rounder, a third rounder, and a future second to trade up from 21 to 13. Let's offer this trade. The Patriots trade up, and they grab Garrett Wilson. That's crazy. Why? I don't know why I did it, but I did it. I think they need a wide receiver who can do everything. I think Garrett Wilson fits that mold easily. He's 6 foot 190, runs every route tree in the book. He's he's super fast, super good. I think immediately Mac Jones gets his wide receiver 1 for the future. Now, Patriots fans, don't be scared. I understand that's really scary that you just drafted a wide receiver in the first round. Last time it didn't work out with N'Keal Harry. Garrett Wilson's not N'Keal Harry. He's way better. And Texans fans, you get more picks. Cool. You get more picks. Now, I'm sure the Browns fans are very upset that Garrett Wilson got picked with the Cleveland pick. But you got Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? We got Deshaun Watson. We can chill on that a little bit. You know what I mean? So the Ravens, they could use defensive line. Dude, it sucks, man. I would go David Ajaba right here. Do I still go David Ajaba even though he's hurt? You know what? I'm doing it for the culture. David Ajaba, I'm still going with the Ravens. I'm going to keep saying it. David Ajaba is a perfect fit for the Ravens defense. Their defensive coordinator was Michigan's defensive coordinator last year, where David Ajaba had a crazy breakout season. He played opposite of Odafe Owe in high school. They were best friends in high school by reports. He knows him very well and he loves him. He knows the system that the defense is going to run. David Ajaba was the perfect pick for the Ravens. Sure, he tore his Achilles. I don't care. David Ajaba is one of the best edge rushers in this class, and the Ravens need an edge rusher, and he's perfect. He's perfect. I'm telling you, he's perfect for you. Just draft him. I'm sorry. It upsets me. He's so good. He's so good. The Eagles, easily Jermaine Johnson has to be one of these picks. He was probably the best senior in this class. I don't know. I like Jermaine Johnson. He was the best senior at the Senior Bowl, in my opinion. Like, just in general, he was the best senior at the Senior Bowl. He's really good. He used to be a fringe first rounder for me. I used to pick him with like the Chiefs pick at number 30, but like he's risen up my board to the point where he's the Eagles pick. So that's my opinion. Linebacker, going Devin Lloyd. I think Devin Lloyd could be the signal caller for this defense. He's really good. Really good. Where is it? Really good in the pass rush. Really good in the run defense. I think he could really be the signal caller for that defense. And that's exactly what they need. They need a linebacker who can signal call for their defense. Yes, I didn't go wide receiver. I didn't go wide receiver yet. Still a lot of really good wide receivers still on the board. The Chargers now. The thing is, they signed Sebastian Joseph Day. They obviously traded for Khalil Mack. They signed J.C. Jackson. They can do whatever they want with this pick. But I'm still going Jordan Davis. I'm still going Jordan Davis. I don't care. I'm still going Jordan Davis. If we actually go to his trends, as you can see, people have been picking him at 15th overall now because he's starting to rise up. I would not be surprised if the day of the draft, he has more pick 10, pick 11 vibes. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Jordan Davis has had the best Pro Bowl, not Pro Bowl. He had the best combine grade of any defensive lineman. He ran insane. He tested insane. I think he had a 9.93 out of 10 combine grade from some Twitter account that tracks all the stats. He had a 9.93 out of 10, which is one of the highest ever recorded for a defensive lineman. So I think there's a very high chance he gets picked higher than this. But I think the Chargers draft him immediately. You have Sebastian Joseph Day, who you just signed from the Rams, to play your main D tackle spot. But Jordan Davis can come in for those rundowns as he develops more as a pass rusher. Easy. The Saints, they're already in contract negotiations with Jameis Winston, per reported by Adam Schefter. Don't know how true that is, but if it is true, they got their quarterback. They tried to train for Deshaun Watson, didn't happen, but they might get their quarterback in Jameis Winston. And if that is true, I think wide receivers are a play, but also tackle could be a play. There's still rumors that Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham Jr. are both interested in New Orleans because they're from Louisiana. So if they can get a wide receiver there, that'd be really good. But I think you got to get a left tackle. I think there's a 0% chance to get Teron Armstead back. I think taking a Bernard Raymond, you're taking a lot of like shots in the dark on the offensive line. They've all hit. I think Bernard Raymond to the Saints makes a lot of sense. You get Jameis Winston, get him his franchise left tackle. Yes, wide receiver could be the pick here, but I'm okay with Bernard Raymond going to the Saints. Next up is the Eagles. Now, the Eagles are back on the board. I don't know, man. Do they go wide receiver? They have wide receiver 1. How tall? Actually, how tall is he? How tall is... Oh, actually, Eagles... I can't remember his name now that I'm recording. Like, before I recorded, I went through and kind of did a mock draft on my own. Devontae Smith, thank you. I would not remember Devontae Smith's name. I'm going to be honest with you. 6'170". 6 foot 170. I feel like Chris Olave is too similar. 6'3", 225. And Treylon Burks does play different than Devontae Smith. I am going to go Treylon Burks. I think you can't get so many receivers of the same mold. You have a problem at the receiver position. They've been actually trying to get tall receivers. They were in the market for Allen Robinson, and they were in the trade market for Robert Woods. They were trying to get both of those guys. Didn't get either of them. So I think they're trying to get a bigger receiver, and I think Treylon Burks is that kind of guy. He's a really good 50-50 ball catcher. It's more like a 60-40, 70-30 when he's trying to catch the ball. I think that's exactly what the Eagles need. I think they've been trying to get a taller receiver the entirety of free agency. They haven't gotten one yet, so I think Treylon Burks does fill that role. The Steelers, you have Mitchell Trubisky. I actually like the fit. I'm not just saying that as a Browns fan wanting them to lose. I like the fit of Mitchell Trubisky to the Steelers. I really do. So I'm okay with what they did. They don't really have a tackle yet. I'm going to go Trevor Penny, though. I know I'm trying not to be mean. So Trevor Penning, there was a video of him going viral on Twitter of him holding during practice, and Myles Garrett retweeted it saying, "Haha, try that in the league, little buddy." And I want to see him do it in the league. Trevor Penning, franchise left tackle for the Steelers. If he can just solve his holding problem, maybe he can really excel in the league. Anyway, the Texans are back on the board at 21. I wouldn't be surprised if they go Trent McDuffie, actually. I think Trent McDuffie makes a lot of sense. Pick 10, you're insane. Trent McDuffie's not that good, guys. They're insane. I might not go him just because of that. I might not go Trent McDuffie just because it says pick 10, bro. No, I'm not letting that happen. They're gonna go someone else. So the Texans, let me think. They could use another receiver. I might go to Kobe Dean, actually. Insane athlete. He's more athlete than football player right now. Like, look at this dude. Look at that. Like, he's just insane. He's insane. I'm gonna go to Kobe Dean. Really, that he was that athletic freak that Georgia defense had at linebacker. Yes, what else? Who else? Was it Channing Tindall? It was Channing Tindall, correct? Yes, Channing Tindall and Quay Walker. Kobe Dean was the athletic freak out of the three, hence why he's a first-round pick. He's insanely athletic. I love him. So next up is going to be wide receiver. See, the problem the Packers have now, right? They don't have Devontae Adams. Do you take Chris Olave, who, in my opinion, is a wide receiver? And if you guys don't know, so in the receiver room, you have an X receiver, a Y receiver, and a Z receiver. XYZ. X is your wide receiver 1. Y is receiver 2. Z is your slot receiver. I think he's a wide receiver. I don't think he's a wide receiver 1. But I mean, maybe with Aaron Rodgers, he can become a wide receiver 1. 6'1", 188. I think you just got to go wide receiver. You have to. You have to. He's the last one that really is, in my opinion, a first-round pick, truly, on the board. Now, there are guys that I think are going to be picked in the first round. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a Sky Moore, Jahan Dotson, or even a Jalen Tolbert get picked in the first round. But he's the last guy that has a round 1 grade from me. I think easily Trent McDuffie goes to the Cardinals. Finish that UW secondary. They need a corner. Really just fits for them. Get that garbage man out of here in cornerback 2. Forgot his name on the Cardinals, but he was garbage all season. The Cowboys. Hey, listen. Dallas fans, I need you to talk. I need to talk to you real quick. Never say I've never done anything nice for you. Every single mock draft, I have Tyler Linderbaum fall to the Cowboys. Every single mock draft, every single one, I've had Tyler Linderbaum fall all the way to the Cowboys, and I always get Tyler Linderbaum to the Cowboys. You're welcome. You're welcome. Never say never did anything for you. Yes, Randy Gregory probably would have been a good pick. Trying to replace Randy Gregory. Yes, trying to replace Keanu Neal at linebacker probably would have been a good pick. But listen, I know they want Tyler Linderbaum. I know they want him. So I'm going to give him to him, you know? So Von Miller, I think Devontae Wyatt actually to be the pick here. They got Von Miller at edge, so you don't need what was his name? You don't need Trevon Walker. I think Devontae Wyatt is just a better fit for them because they need another D tackle. They have Ed Oliver. I think Devontae Wyatt helps Ed Oliver out a whole lot. I don't think they need a receiver. They have a lot of really solid 2s and 3s. Plus Stephon Diggs is a wide receiver 1. But Gabriel Davis, Isaiah McKenzie got re-signed. Yes, they released Cole Beasley, but like Gabriel Davis, Isaiah McKenzie are really good wide receiver 2 and 3 with Stephon Diggs 1. And like you can easily get a wide receiver in round 2 and 3. The Titans now. Tight end is a big need. I will say it. Tight end is a big need, but this is why I think Javon Walker goes. Javon Walker is a really good edge rusher. Did they lose Hassan Reddick? No, the Panthers lost Hassan Reddick. But Javon Walker is really solid. He didn't excel in anything, but he's been really solid his entire career. But he's an athletic freak. The combine dude, he was insane in the combine. But yeah, he's really good. The national championship, he played really well. I like Javon Walker. He's been climbing up my board, but as you can see, I just didn't think he fit anywhere in this area. But I think he is a top 10, 15 pick when it comes to talent. The Buccaneers now. So the Buccaneers, Tom Brady unretires. They signed Russell Gage. Yeah, so they don't need a receiver. They have Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, and Russell Gage all under contract. They lost Alex Kappa. They did lose Alex Kappa. Could Kenyon Green be a good fit? Because as you can see, Kenyon Green is very versatile. I'm gonna go Kenyon Green for the Buccaneers. I'm gonna do it. They did lose Jordan Whitehead, but like they still have a lot of money. I believe they have like $22 million in free agency after all the restructures and signings. I think they still have around $20 million in free agency. They can go and re-sign Gronk. They can go and re-sign a couple of their defensive linemen, a couple of their safeties options they have out there in the world. I think Kenyon Green fills in for Alex Kappa, becomes your left guard immediately, or your right guard. Don't know which one he actually played. But I mean, Alex Kappa left. Ali Marpet's retired. So like Kenyon Green can play either left guard or right guard. Whatever one you need him to play, he excelled in both positions. The Packers are back on the board. I think pass rush is probably going to be their pick. They did let go of Zadarius Smith. He was let go. So I think you need to go something on the defensive line. I think Travis Jones is a first round guy. He can play inside and outside, but I'd probably keep him at D tackle. Get Kenny Clark some help, and with the Travis Jones, you can now release Tyler Lancaster, and I believe Tyler Lancaster has a $6 million cap hit that can be completely voided if he's cut. So you can save $6 million on the cap if you release Tyler Lancaster and draft Travis Jones. So. The Dolphins now. So they're actually in rumors to get Teron Armstead, but I'm still going to look at the offensive line, and I'm thinking Darian Kinnard because he has a lot of versatility. He plays right tackle as well, but there's a lot of people in draft circles that think Darian Kinnard could play guard as well, and I'm going to believe them because he's excelled at right tackle at Kentucky. He's excelled at right tackle, but a lot of people think that he might be able to kick in the right guard, but if you get Teron Armstead at left tackle, you get Darian Kinnard at right tackle, completely overhaul this offensive line room because it's not been good. You should not stick with not good. Austin Jackson hasn't proven anything. The right tackle they drafted, Liam Eichenberg, has not proved anything. Do not be afraid to upgrade. And I think Darian Kinnard is an upgrade for the Dolphins. Never be afraid to upgrade. The Chiefs, they signed Juju to a 1-year deal. They got Justin Reed at safety. I think defensive line probably is a good shout. I don't know though. Corner, they're gonna need a corner actually. I'm gonna go Andrew Booth Jr. They let Travarius Ward walk in free agency, and he signed. I forgot where he signed, but Travarius Ward walked in free agency. I think getting a corner to replace him is priority number 1. Like you do not need a receiver. I think defensive line is good enough. You didn't release Frank Clark. You re-signed Derek Nottie. You have you still have your number one guy, and I can't remember his name, but you have your number one guy that played defensive tackle this year, or he played defensive end going back to defensive tackle. What a mistake that was, dude. He had a pretty bad year. But yeah, just get Andrew Booth Jr., replace Charvarius Ward, and really help out that cornerback room. The Bengals now. Ooh. Man. Excuse me. I'm trying not to edit this video, so I'm gonna leave the sneeze in there. So the Bengals, if they signed Lyle Collins today. They just signed him like an hour ago. So the Bengals offensive line is now Jonah Williams, Quinton Spain, Ted Karras, Alex Kappa, Lyle Collins. That's the offensive line right now. Is that an offensive line to win? We don't know. But they're still in talks with Gronkowski to come to Cincinnati. So they might be able to get Rob Gronkowski. We don't know. Let me just check my phone because I just got a notification. No, okay, it wasn't an important signing. It was just a Panthers signing. The thing is now with the Bengals, they really can just go whatever pick they want. Like, they can go whatever pick they want, and no one can really say anything because like it's gonna be a dub no matter what. And I like Kyer Elam. I actually love Kyer Elam. What I've been saying the entire draft process, Kyer Elam has not proven to rise in the draft stock. His draft stock has stayed the exact same the entire draft process. So when Ahmad Sauce Gardner rises, when Andrew Booth Jr. and Trent McDuffie, when they rise, he's staying the same. But actually he's lower and lower and lower because he's not moving up. Like Travis Jones was a second-round pick, and now I picked in front of him. And Kyer Elam is a first-round pick in my opinion. So I'm actually going to go Kyer Elam to the Bengals. He played mostly boundary his entire college career, and I like it. He did allow a lot of touchdowns, but, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to hold it against him. I still like Kyer Elam from Florida. And this is where the Lions, they can go crazy, dude. So I've seen earlier in the mock draft, they got Kayvon Thibodeau at defensive end. I'm going Malik Willis. Like, if the rumors are true and that they love Malik Willis, I think there's a very high chance they draft him in the first round, but not with pick 2, dude. You're not drafting him at pick 2 because no one in this draft class is going to trade up for Malik Willis. No one. No one's going to trade up for Malik Willis. No one. So you're going to get him at 32. You're going to get him at 32. Someone tell me in this mock draft where you think that a team would rather pick Malik Willis than their current option at quarterback or their current option in the draft process. Let me know. Where? Like maybe the Titans, but Javon Walker is way better than Malik Willis is for their team right now. Like, I think this is an absolute dub of a mock draft. I would love to hear you guys' opinions on it. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm trying to upload this video literally immediately because I'm trying to do no cuts on it. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you did enjoy. I'll see you guys later. Peace and bye.